Fair use. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. October 17th. A daily tune-up. Every day is a day when we must carry the vision of God's will into all of our activities. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 85. How do I maintain my spiritual condition? For me, it's quite simple. On a daily basis, I ask my higher power to grant me the gift of sobriety for that day. I have talked to many alcoholics who have gone back to drinking, and I always ask them, did you pray for sobriety the day you took your first drink? Not one of them said yes. As I practice step 10 and try to keep my house in order on a daily basis, I have the knowledge that if I ask for a daily reprieve, it will be granted. Courage to Change One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, October 17th. As newcomers, many of us were surprised by the absence of rules in Al-Anon. Before we found recovery from the effects of alcoholism, a strict sense of order may have been our only way of feeling that we had some control. Naturally, we expected a program as successful as Al-Anon to be even more rigid than we were. Instead, as a newcomer, I was told that I was free to work the steps at my own pace. I could ask questions of anyone as they came up. No one was in charge, yet everyone was in charge. It seemed impossible, yet I could see it working more effectively than any organization with which I'd ever been involved. As I continue coming to Al-Anon, I'm learning to trust that the group is guided by a higher power whose will is expressed in our group conscious. I watch the traditions in action, guiding us by suggestions rather than rules. And I learn to trust my fellow members, each of whom contributes to the well-being of our fellowship, where no one person is in charge. Today's reminder: if I take on service responsibilities in my group, it does not mean that I now run the show. Today I will remember that the ultimate authority is a higher power who works through all of us. There is a quote from Tradition 9, and it reads, "Our groups as such ought never be organized, but we may create service boards or committees directly responsible to those we serve." Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, October 17th. The truth. Everything we know is subject to revision, especially what we know about the truth. Basic text, page 94. Many of us thought we could recognize the truth. We believed the truth was one thing, certain and unchanging, which we could grasp easily and without question. The real truth, however, was that we often couldn't see the truth if it hit us square in the face. Our disease colored everything in our lives, especially our perception of the truth. In fact, what we knew about the truth nearly killed us. Before we could begin to recognize truth, we had to switch our allegiance from our addiction to a higher power, the source of all that is good and true. The truth has changed as our faith in a higher power has grown. As we've worked the steps, our entire lives have begun to change through the healing power of the principles of recovery. In order to open the door for that change, we have had to surrender our attachment to an unchanging and rigid truth. The truth becomes purer and simpler each time we encounter it, and just as the steps work in our lives every day, if we allow them, Our understanding of the truth may change each day as we grow. Just for today, I will open my eyes and my heart to the changes brought about by the steps. With an open mind, I can understand the truth in my life today. Today, Emotions Anonymous, October 17th. Reflection for today. Resigning as masters of the universe was a relief and a weight off my shoulders. The world can actually revolve without me. Now I can concentrate on the people around me. Instead of doing all the talking, I can do more listening. Instead of giving orders, I can ask for other people's opinions on how things should be done. Well, God, it is all yours. Isn't that a simple way to handle a difficult problem? If I can't handle it, God can, if I just ask. A delicious sense of relief, a relaxing effect on the body, and a quietness of mind are just a few of the results which are mine from this simple turning it over. Meditation for today. Thank you, God, for always having your shoulder ready for me to lean on. Today I will remember God will carry the load. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. October 17th. Changing inside. As we greet co-workers or friends, we feel that we are changing inside. We begin to recognize a power inside we had not known before. BRB, page 273. Regularly taking a quiet time helps us to grow up emotionally and spiritually. How we take it depends on our choices. At first, we spend time by ourselves when we need to, letting others do what they will to take care of themselves. If they spend it getting drunk and high, we let them, but we no longer seek that outlet for our pain and suffering, if that was how we previously coped. Later, we see that we actually enjoy spending time alone. We don't fill ourselves up with others just to pass the time and keep us numb. We no longer pretend to be excited when we're not. We seek those we can truly connect with and enjoy. We talk not just about superficial things, but about who we are and what's important to us. People respect us more at work and elsewhere because we don't seek constant approval as we did in our families. We no longer do things we're uncomfortable with just for the sake of fitting in. As we become more genuine, we allow others to find their own paths. Instead of labeling them, we now make room for our differences. If some don't like the new us, we have to let them go. We adjust our list of whom we can trust. The affirmation reads, "On this day I will own my power to be genuine and feel how comfortable it is to focus on being myself." Share, subscribe, like, and most of all, be the you that you are created to be. And remember that you are not alone and that recovery is absolutely possible, one day at a time.